Hello guys, how are you all? Welcome to my channel. So, today we are gonna see, what if Sakura chose Naruto instead of Sasuke, part 5, subscribe if you enjoy the video, let's start the story. Naruto glared into the snake's eyes and twisted his tail once again. Talk. He barked. Naruto, your precious Sakura is in grave danger. Kuku is merely a tool that Akatsuki needs. For what? She is the key to ripping that demon fox out of your body. Mrs. Haruno has kept Sakura from ever hearing that she contained in herself a two-tailed fox. Before the 9 tails was sealed in you, the 4th received information that the king of demons was going to attack Kahona. So he devised a plan to make sure that this demon couldn't escape, from whom he sealed the demon in without a key. Sakura's mother offered her daughter to be the key. Your father refused, but you know how stubborn Haruno is. Heck, I should know I killed her father. Kuku. The rage and killer intent that radiated from him surpassed the last one that Orochimaru had experienced. The tails yanked, dislocated, and then completely separated the traitor's arms and legs. Blood dripped off of everything in a 20-foot radius. The 9th tail shot through his torso. Soon it had wrapped itself around the entire body. More pressure was applied and the body snapped like a twig. Sadly for Kabuto, he witnessed the whole thing. Acting completely in rage, he attacked the armored fiend. With a simple whip of a tail, the medic nin was down and out. The blonde walked over to the stunned group. Sakura, come with me. We have a lot of things to talk about. The Sandins watched the couple stroll away. They soon followed. However, if they had stayed longer, they would have seen Orochimaru's body change into another person's body. The snake nin erupted from the ground. Kuku. Naruto has a lot to learn before he can kill me. He is only 75, as strong as I am. It seems as though I'm becoming lazy at my age. Kabuto, let's go. Hi master. With Naruto and Sakura. They wore off and Naruto returned to his original self. It had taken a lot out of him. Naruto, what was that you used? It's the Kyuubi reincarnation jutsu. Kyuubi's body was destroyed, but matter can never be completely destroyed. I gathered the kitsune's bones to my body and then Kyuubi gave them a form. Once this is complete, I become a smaller but powerful Kyuubi duplicate. So technically I become the fox demon himself. Wow. That's amazing. What did you want to talk to me about? I finally figured out why those men were after you when you were 10, at the bridge during the Wave Country mission and during the evasion of Orochimaru's forces. She was going to say something, but he stopped her. A group known as Akatsuki is after you to get to me. You see, Sakura, before the Kyuubi was sealed, my father got advance notice of the attack. Using a demon of the same species, he sealed it within a baby. This was to make sure that if someone tried to release Kyuubi, they would need the key. By now you have probably figured out who the baby was. It was me. That still doesn't explain the reason you were sent through the floors in your apartment. Also the time when I was hit straight in the stomach with a fire and it had no effect. This is all confusing. Tears were about to fall from her eyes. The demon fox that was sealed in you was the demon lord's girlfriend. Her chakra reacted with his chakra and they repelled each other. As for the fire, foxes are known for their resistance to fire and ability to do devastating fire attacks. I bet that you have also figured out my other identity too. You're an Anbu. Why are you on my team then? You should be leading it. My life as Naruto was horrible. No one believed in me and I was alone. As Fox I was respected, honored, acknowledged. I would have told you when you were ready and I think that you are now. Now I don't really have to hide my abilities anymore. Soon I will assume the rank of Anbu. When we get home I will challenge the Anbu captain. I believe I can beat him. Who else knows, and is there anything else you need to tell me? Your mother, an ever-powerful ninja in the village. Only Kakashi and Jiraiya have actually talked to me about it. As for your second question, I don't have anything else to tell. I am sorry that I didn't tell you sooner. Naruto, don't worry about it. I am thankful that you finally told me. I respect the fact that you wanted acknowledgement and respect, but that is what I am for. You don't need an entire village to accept your existence if you have someone who loves you by your side. Thank you, Sakura. He kissed her tenderly and she returned it with more passion. The pervert was watching until Tsunade pulled him away by the throat. If there was a couple he should never peep on, it was these two. Their love for each other seemed to grow stronger with each new experience. The famous medicine didn't know exactly what they spoke about. It was their personal business, not hers. She would give the boy that necklace as soon as they returned. The next day. The group was off once again after they had stopped for the first time. Their trip didn't last a long time. About 4 hours of full throttle sprinting and they had arrived. Tsunade, you are here. The guard exclaimed. Where is my sensei? Her patience was at an all-time low right now. Omen. He is this way. The Sannin followed the young ninja. Naruto, where are you going? Jiraiya asked. Pulling on his Anbu mask he answered flatly. I have some business with someone. Good luck Naruto. Sakura whispered. What are you going to do with Sakura? The other Sannin asked. I'm going to see if Sasuke is doing okay. Shizune went with Jiraiya to see what Tsunade was going to do for the former Hokage. In a large secret stadium metal clanged together, were exchanged, and tactics were made and shattered. If it hadn't been for the massiveness of the arena it would have been destroyed. Both Anbu were breathing heavily. The taller one attempted one last before he was attacked, but the shorter one was faster. This wasn't completed and the chakra was wasted. The Anbu captain was beaten. The victor picked up his recent superior with some difficulty. Some medics tried to help and were waved off by the older ninja. Pox, you have grown a lot since I first saw you join the ranks. Thank you, but you need to save your energy. Just take me to the meeting room and I will announce to you the new Ansatsu Senjutsu Takushu Butai captain. Asu. But Sakura. She entered the Uchiha's room. His first words didn't surprise her. Where is the dope? He'll be here soon. She assured him. Where have you been to Sakura? I was fetching the 5th Hokage with Naruto and Jiraiya. Whatever. He said coldly. The mark on his neck caught her attention. Before she could get a good look at it he turned his head away. What are you staring at? He demanded. Nothing at all. Just then Naruto walked in. Yo, team. Sasuke glared at the boy. I wonder how strong he truly is. The survivor thought. Naruto, you and me now. You want to fight me? I'm still winded from the earlier battle. Still you need to fight him just to show him who the new Anbu captain is. I can't do that. Why is that? He is very proud and if he learned that I am who I am he will probably try to leave the village. At least he can't go to Orochimaru. For some strange reason I think you are wrong. Why do you say that? The Orochimaru I fought was too easy to defeat. Even with that powerful the team would still be a nuisance. I hope we get rid of him soon if we already haven't. Well done. Are you too scared to fight me? No, I was just thinking of how silly you look in that bed. Jumping out of his bed he glared at the blonde. His Sharingan was visible and swirling counterclockwise. That's when Naruto activated his newest eye. The circle pupil sharpened into a slit and weird designs branched off of it. Bring it Uchiha. Uzumaki Sasuke spat as though it was a curse word. The two journeyed to the roof of the hospital. Before we start, put on your forehead protector. Why bother? This battle won't even last long enough for you to even out a scratch on my forehead. You're right, I'll beat you to a bloody pulp. Even if I only have 15% of my strength right now. Let's get this over with dope. You make the first move team. Chidori. Going through a few hand signs he grabbed his right hand. Electricity surged into his open palm. Sharingan met experienced red. Are you afraid to fight me? No, I'm afraid you don't have a chance. You're all talking. Sasuke screamed charging. Rasengan. The wind picked up. Whipping around it gathered into Naruto's right palm. Soon the space in between the two began to decrease dramatically. Sakura, who had been watching the entire time, ran in between the males. Stop this now. The prodigy's battle cry roared over her desperate attempt to cease the battle. Closing her eyes, blood splattered everywhere. No painful scream filled the air, but for some strange reason the chirping sound was gone. However, there was still a constant motion of air. Prying the eyelids off her eyes, Sakura stared at the scene before her. Kakashi was on the ground underneath the two boys. A hand was going through Naruto's left shoulder and it was almost touching her chest. Sasuke couldn't believe what he witnessed. The dobe had grabbed Kakashi and threw him down, jumped in front of Sakura, pushed his Chidori away from his right shoulder and had done this in 1 or 2 seconds. Suddenly hearing a swirling of compressed chakra he turned his attention to the ball, almost pressing against his forehead. Why scratch your forehead when I can get rid of it altogether? Once the Rasengan was dispelled, Naruto grabbed the right hand of his rival and yanked it out. The wound began to heal instantly. What are you? A friend. If you would only open your eyes, Sasuke, and see the people around you who care for you, you would know what a friend is. Coughing out some blood he continued. Sorry Kakashi, but you must not interfere. There are things that should not be stopped. Stepping off his former teacher, the blonde stuck out his arm. A large eagle landed and then whispered in his ear. Hi. Tell her I'll be there soon. The bird nodded and flew off. Goodbye Team 7, hopefully you'll either find your third member or you will become one soon. What are you talking about, dope? I am no longer your partner. Once a few hand signs were done, white armor, 2 large swords, 4 golden rings, a large black cloak and a fox mask appeared. Sasuke trains. Your revenge cannot be obtained if you don't train. Orochimaru may have given you a proposition, but he doesn't control you. If you want training, ask Jiraiya. He will teach you. Jumping away, 2 black letters stood out from his mask. A C. How long has he been in Anbu? The prodigy asked. 3 years and now he's the Anbu captain. His sensei told. I guess I'll take Naruto up on his offer. Going over a lot of things in his mind, Uchiha walked away. Just then a loud voice echoed throughout the entire village. Where is he? Tsunade was ticked. She was getting to know each Anbu to see what they were capable of, and the leader of the Anbu wasn't even there. Ishido? Where is he? She fumed. The former captain bowed respectively. Please be patient. I'm sure he has a reason for being late. Like he had said, Fox appeared. About time, whoever you are. The Hokage shouted. Calm yourself, Tsunade. Noticing that all of the Anbu in the room had their masks off, he refused to take them off. Well, she persisted. Well, what? Take your mask off. No thanks, I would rather prefer it to stay on. As you requested, you remove your mask. I'm sorry, but I must decline. Why, you insolent little, didn't you learn to respect your elders? You're right about elders. Only a few brave men and women giggled. How old are you? Would you not be in shock if I told you? Ishido. How old is he and what is his name? Go ahead, Ishido. I'm bored with messing with her. He is 13 Hokage. As for his name, it has become quite famous now among the ranks. It's Uzumaki Naruto. It took a while for the information to sink in. That's not possible. The annoying little blonde-haired boy is actually the second most powerful ninja in the village. Do you seriously think he could take on Orochimaru single-handedly? The boy retorted. She didn't respond. Apparently she was in shock. Her mouth hung wide open, there was no sign of movement in her eyes, and her breathing stopped. Everyone leaves. Tsunade obviously needs a few minutes to recuperate. Many men and women disappeared from the office. Summoning a fox, Naruto sent the animal on its way. It took 20 seconds for a man to poof into the room. Electricity gathered on 2 of Naruto's fingers. Pressing one of the digits into the back of Jiraiya's head, the blonde led him over to the shocked female. The second finger was pressed into Tsunade's head. Not wanting to be in the office, he poofed away. Shizune walked up to the door. Don't go in there. The blonde commanded. Why? Let's touch. Nani? Trust me, you don't want to stop those two. Hi, Naruto. She bowed. Please don't do that. I may be the second most powerful ninja, but I don't want to be worshipped. Omen. C.A. Shizune. Sakura sat on the Hokage mountain looking over the area. A lot was on her mind, but she would deal with it later. She didn't have much time to react, but someone was on top of her staring directly into her emerald eyes. Well, hello there. Hello, Naruto. The goofy smile was plastered to his tanned face. Good news, I think Jiraiya and Tsunade finally hooked up. Jiraiya. The large explosion caught everyone's attention. Oops, I guess not. What did you do to the Hokage? Sakura sighed. Oh, just this. Electricity gathered to his finger and he touched the back of her head. That instant the kunoichi was all over the Anbu. Luckily it only lasted for a minute or so. Sakura wasn't able to go any further than Naruto would allow. Awaking from the state her boyfriend had put her in, she kissed him once more. When did you come up with that technique? I didn't. He was a little prankster on Tsunade and Jiraiya when he was my age. Hey, maybe we can use that some other time. We haven't gotten that far yet. I know. The large eagle suddenly landed on Naruto's arm. What's up with her? It chirped, looking at Sakura's messy appearance. Never mind, what did you need to tell me? There are a few men at your office wanting to see you. Oh, and if I remember correctly, I'm going to kill you. You little, the large bird mimicked. I get it. Tsunade knows what I did. I also predict a mission coming up. Asu. Omen. Sakura. Come over to my house at 6 o'clock. Kin makes an absolutely amazing beef ramen. She's also pretty good at making cookies too. Bye. The bird and boy vanished into the distance. A hint of jealousy found its way into the female's heart. Soon it passed and she was on her way to get prepared. But Naruto. Once the Anbu entered his office, a young woman walked into the room. Excuse me, sir. Don't be afraid to talk to me. What do you need? Hi, 3 men are wanting to speak with you. Send them all in. Naruto ordered the chair to swing so it faced the opposite direction of the door. Hi, sir. The 3 men walked right in but were hesitant at first. Soon they got brave enough to sit. I see you have come to see me. The black-haired male was the first to speak. Anbu Captain, we were wondering if we could ask you a few questions. Proceed, Mr. Nara. Oh, and please just call me Naruto. He started swinging his chair around. We would like to know how long you have been in Anbu, why you told no one, and if there is anything you need. Let's see him for 3 years. Everyone was too stubborn and not ready to hear the truth, and lastly, I would like to know where the rookies that are not on Team 7 are. I must talk with them as well. Another thing, Mr. Nara, I want to challenge your son to a game of shogi. Asu. Naruto. All 3 got up to leave. Hold it. Mr. Nara just needs to get them. Plus I believe the other two have some things to ask me. Ino's father was the first to speak. Naruto, the Yamanaka family had a good relationship with your father. I wish we could be great friends as well. Could you come over tomorrow for lunch? My wife has been waiting eagerly for the chance to meet with you. Mr. Yamanaka, I know I am your superior in the ranks, but when we are not busy please treat me as you would anyone else. I like to be respected and all, but I prefer to be treated as equals. Hi Naruto. Now I have something to give as proof of my friendship. It is a sword I was going to give your father, but as you know, I didn't get a chance to give it to him. The blonde Anbu unsheathed the blade. The design and weight was perfect for quick attacks. Arigato. I stop by your flower shop every once in a while to pay your daughter and wife a visit. Thank you for your time Naruto. Bowing, the older blonde left. Next was Zhaoji's father. Naruto, just like my partner said, I too was a friend of your father. However, the weapon I had to give him was this. Pulling a long staff of his back, Naruto was able to see it closer. The metal itself had a unique characteristic to it. Taking the gift, the high-ranking ninja felt the smoothness and weight. Thank you very much. I hope I'll be able to wield it after I practice with it. I'm sure you will. Also, my wife wanted you to come over for dinner one of these days. I can do that tomorrow too. Hopefully I won't eat too much. I have a big mission soon. Though I still have to see what it is. Omen, I bid you farewell to Naruto. Finally the large man was excited. Let's see, 3 major clans have given me a weapon. That leaves 6 clans left. Well then again maybe 7 or 8, give or take a few. Mumbled to himself while placing his mask over his face. Mr. Nara poofed beside the Anbu. Ino is working in the flower shop, Shino is at a cafe near the center of town, Shikamaru is with Tamari of the Sand looking at random stuff, Kiba is at a ramen stand, Hinata is at home, and Choji is at his house. Good work. Goodbye for now Naruto. See ya. One more thing, Tsunade is coming for your head. I hear her yelling from her office. I better get it over with. Disappearing from his chair, the boy reappeared in Tsunade's office. I'm going to kill you. Silence, Hokage. The room's temperature increased dramatically with each second. The chakra Naruto was expelling slammed her into her seat. Now that you are quiet, I believe there is a mission for me. Hi. It's to the Rock Nation. They're attacking towns in the Mist Country and they need our help. You will have 2 other people accompanying you on this mission. I have no need for help, I can deal with anyone myself. She didn't object to this. I will leave Hokage in 3 days. Oh, and make sure I get this item by that time. Throwing her a scroll, he vanished. At Ino's flower shop. Naruto walked in with all his Anbu stuff on. The black trench coat scraped the floor as he walked. The metal staff he received was on his back along with the 2 wrapped swords. The other swords he had gotten had replaced the 2 katanas the blonde used to have. Ino could barely see the wide armor underneath the black coat. You're Yamanaka Ino, are you not? Hi sir. How may I help you? Don't be afraid of me. I came simply to find every color of rose. They are over there. She pointed nervously to the right. Arigato. A few seconds passed before the blonde girl spoke again. Are you the Anbu captain? Hi. What's it like? To be the 2nd most powerful ninja in the town. To be on S rank missions. No, to kill someone without remorse or even the slightest bit of guilt. The Anbu whipped out the sword Ino's father had given him. One such as yourself should never have to kill someone. Your heart is too good to be able to end someone's life. I'm not saying for you to quit being a ninja, but I am saying don't put yourself in a situation where you have to. Ino was silent until he placed a large bundle of flowers. Here's enough money to pay for everything. Turning to leave, he dropped something onto the floor. An orange blur shot at the young genin. Keep this with you at all times. If you ever feel like you are confused or in too dangerous of a situation, he will call me. I will come. I never got your name. Don't worry, I'll be over tomorrow at lunchtime. You'll find out then. Vanishing from the store, Harry appeared in front of a tiny cafe. Before he entered, he sent the flowers to his house. Stepping in, he found himself being greeted by a small woman. Her long black hair and cheeky smile made him feel welcome. Sir. How may I help you today? She chirped. I'm looking for Shino. The bug landed on his shoulder and got his attention. Turning to see where it was looking, he found his target. I believe this is yours. The Anbu questioned. Hi. Why does a ninja of your status want to be with a genin? I see, straight to the point. I just wanted to talk. About what? Anything. I have time to waste and I thought I would visit the Rookie 9. Well, I don't know what to talk about. I don't really talk at all. I know. Which female of the Rookie 9 do you like the most? Nani? I was just wondering. I've never thought about it. That's fine. Well, I best be off. I have a few others to visit. With a wave of his hand he vanished. With Shikamaru and Temari. The two were just walking normally down the road. Nothing was interesting and neither of them wanted to talk. However, Temari is one of those types that hates a long silence. So, what do you like to do in your free time? Look at the clouds and play shogi. You? Nothing worth mentioning. Something in the sky caught the Chunin's attention. It appeared to be an object falling straight towards them. When it was mere inches away from the ground, Shikamaru grabbed the blonde girl and shielded her from any debris. Soon the smoke cleared. Only the black-haired male looked because she was still shocked at what he did. In the middle of the street there was a massive crater. A black figure stood while another was on the ground. The Anbu captain looked over at the two young ninja. Disappearing, the Anbu reappeared in front of them. The Hayonara Shikamaru and Temari. A strong ninja greeted me. Sir. Sorry if I hurt you. I had a little trouble with the sound nin. We're fine. I see. Well, I better go. I have a few things to do. Oh, and don't let your stubbornness get in the way. Nani? Temari asked from her position on the ground. It was too late. He was gone. Lazily the male lent her his hand. After grabbing it, Temari felt a sharp pain but ignored it. That is until her eyes saw something pink in their hands. A pink rose was clasped in the two's hands. Oh, Shikamaru. She whispered in a weird tone. He said. Then shock filled him. Where did that flower come from? How did it get there? Temari is getting a little closer than she normally is. Why does she look? His thoughts were cut off due to the fact that she was kissing him. Sakura was watching this all take place and smirked. It was about time that she found a boy she liked. Hyuga main house. Hyuga Hiashi was walking near the door until he heard a few knocks. Come in, he ordered. The black-clad male stepped into the house. The Anbu captain, to what purpose are you at the Hyugas? Oh, just to talk with Hinata and you, that is, if you wanted to speak to me. She is in the garden. As for me chatting with you, yes, I would like to. The 13-year-old sneaked into the large garden. Just as the clan head had said she was there. Her short purplish hair shone brightly in the sun. Hinata was currently under a large willow tree. Heyo Hinata. She squealed from surprise. Gomen, sir. She blushed and quickly bowed. It should be me apologizing. I didn't exactly give you any warning. Did you need something, sir? Just to talk. -20 minutes later. Arigato for your time, Hinata. No problem. She chirped while petting a fuzzy creature that laid in her lap. I best be going if your father wants to speak with me. Okay. Come be back anytime. Don't worry, I probably will. Slipping out, Naruto went across a hallway and into an office-like room. Welcome, Uzumaki. Well, I feel welcomed. What did you need to talk to me about? I understand why you hide your identity for all these years, but why would you not at least tell someone? Back then no one would have believed me. Haruka was just starting to treat me nicely, my classmates hadn't even begun to like me well, then again there was always Hinata. Still, I didn't want to tell her either. The Hokage already knew what I was capable of. Also, none of the clans would have believed me either. The guys at headquarters were just starting to trust me. I mean, no offense to you, Hyuga. It's quite alright. I was wondering if you could take this weapon. I don't know why, but I feel as though you could use it a whole lot better than I. The box was handed to the young Anbu captain. Opening it, his eyes peered at an extraordinary weapon. The blade was a white material with vein-like structures climbing up it. Its handle firmly held the blade firmly. Well, thank you. It seems as though I keep gaining new tools each day. Mind telling me why? Not at all. Sakura's mother gave her husband sword when I was first assigned to protect Haruno Sakura. Yamanaka gave me another sword while his teammate gifted me with a metal pole. Now I have this blade, so that makes a total of 4. I think that leaves 4 or 5 more clans. I don't doubt that they too will give you a tool to prove their alliance and friendship. Arigato. I have to go visit a few other people. So if you'll excuse me. Hi, you may go. See ya. The sound signified his departure. Appearing in front of a ramen restaurant, the boy sat down. Soon after ordering, he sent a tiny fox over to the dog boy. Kiba just finished his second bowl of shrimp ramen. When the kitsune caught his attention, it yelped for him to follow. Hesitant at first he was, but eventually Kiba chose to let it lead the way. It directed him towards Naruto. The two ninja talked for maybe 10 minutes before the Anbu left to visit 2 other people. Naruto had a short meeting with Chaoji and stopped by the hospital. Ara mysteriously had been in a small state of unconsciousness for a week or so. The Sand Nin sensei didn't even notice the movement of something before it was already by Gaara's bedside. Who are you? How can you not remember the genin who took down your best fighter? The shadow informed, turning the Jounin's way. Ah, Uzumaki Naruto. I don't know whether to call you an enemy or friend. I hope to be called your friend. If you'll excuse me, I need to get your student back. This was soon activated. Naruto's world crumbled and darkened. Once he was able to move, he traveled for a few minutes. An inky blackness clouded the blonde's view. Luckily, a somewhat dim light guided him. After entering the light, there was Gaara trapped in a large wall of sand. Slowly it was sucking the sand in further in. "Who dares enter my mind?" A low voice spat. He came to save Gaara and give him back his mind. "You'll have to fight me for it." This time it came from Gaara. "I will fight Shikaku, but I will not fight Gaara. You have no choice. Either you fight me or Sakura dies." "What do you mean?" "Right now she is at your house. If you don't fight me, I will end her life. Right now she is going to lose consciousness. Eventually I will eat her soul." What Naruto said next filled the demon with fear. Kyuubi's voice combined with his host's. "Shikaku, you will pay if you even go anywhere near her. The wrath of the Nine Tails will be upon you. You want to fight, then let's fight, you cowardly dog." Bone armor and Nine Tails sprouted from the Anbu. Gaara fell from the wall and charged forward. As the fight grew, so did the strength of both fighters. Little by little, the real Gaara was beginning to wake. He was breathing heavily while his opponent didn't even look fazed. "Why do you fight for someone else?" The tired male coughed. "Why does it seem as though you get stronger when someone else is in danger?" Gaara of the Sand. "I know exactly what you went through as a child. You were alone, no one wanted you, nothing proved your existence, so you found your own form. The reason why I am stronger when you endanger someone else is because they gave me a purpose and proved my existence. Now if you'll just let me free you from your Biju's influence, you can learn what I have." Iridi battled his inner demon for quite some time. Every now and then Naruto would encourage him. Finally Gaara stumbled over. "Please free me so I can be like you. Knowing exactly why I exist. Let's get this over with, friends." Naruto gripped his right hand. Pulling it back, he plunged it into the other boy's forehead. A tiny chakra-shaped badger was squirming when he pulled the hand out. Pulling back his hand again, he pressed the badger into the stomach. A seal began to form on the stomach. While the seal formed, so did a cage in Gaara's mind. Shikaku scratched at its now permanent prison. "This won't hold me forever." "You're right, once Gaara dies you will too." Pursue Uzumaki. Gaara, let's get out of here." Hi. Back in the real world. Temari, Shikamaru, and Kankuro watched as both ninjas woke. The experienced ninja looked at each other weirdly. Suddenly all watched in shock as the dark rings around Gaara's eyes faded away. "Gaara, what happened?" Temari stuttered. "I've been set free." "Arigato, Naruto." "What are you talking about? This idiot set you free." "Watch your mouth, Kankuro." Gaara barked. Again everyone was surprised. The puppet master stood still, fearing that his brother would kill him if he even moved. "I see you're gaining your personality a little faster than I thought." Naruto chuckled. "Gaara, would you like to come over to my house for dinner? We only have 3 minutes to get there." "Sure. I don't mind." Soon the two were leaping from roof to roof. With a quick knock on the door, Kin eventually greeted them. "You don't mind at least one more guest, do you, Kin?" "And no, not at all, Naruto." Kin stared at Gaara for a few seconds before getting out of the way. The aroma of beef ramen and cookies choked the air. "Make yourself a friend at home." "Sure." Sakura walked in just to stop in her steps. The cold-blooded killer was standing in front of her and something else about him creeped her out. Gaara couldn't bear to look at her. Just the fact that his former self tried to kill her put him to shame. "Don't worry, Sakura, he's not a threat. Now if I am correct, it's time to eat." "Hi, Naruto." The dinner was completely delicious. The cookies were for dessert, so Kin went to get them. For some strange reason Gaara got up to help. A scream pierced the air and then everything was silent. Sakura was the only one to assume that the Sand Nin had done something. When Kin came in, she was a bit scared. The three seated males knew exactly what happened. Kin had opened the pantry in order to get some plates and they fell at her. Gaara had used his sand to stop them before they broke and hurt her. Dessert came and was gone in maybe 5 minutes. The Sound Nins went up to their bedrooms while Sakura and Naruto said goodbye. After that, Gaara left with a simple arigato. "Tomorrow is going to be interesting." Naruto woke to the pecking of an eagle on his window. Opening the window, it fluttered in. Once it situated itself on the end of the bed, it began to speak. "Naruto?" "Yes." "Tsunade has the item you requested. Kakashi would like to speak with you. Jiraiya would also like to talk to you. Anything else?" "Hi. Mrs. Haruno needed to chat with you." "Arigato." "It's my job, sir." "Well, you're very good at it." "Arigato, sir." "You best be off now." It flew swiftly through the open window. "It seems I will have to skip breakfast." Eventually Naruto left from his house and headed for Tsunade's office. Before the Hokage knew it, there was an Anbu captain standing in front of her. "I hear you have the item I requested." "Hi." She answered, handing him a scroll. I decided that I'm leaving tonight and returning in 2 days. How do you know? Do you doubt my abilities? The blonde male questioned. Not at all, but you have to fight maybe 1,000 Rock 9 or more, get the treaty signed, and return back here. Why do you think I had that scroll made? Well, I plan on speaking to the entire village when you return. I'll be there before you begin to preach. Just make sure no one steps on a blood-red circle. You'll know what I mean in 2 days. Near the hot springs. You stupid pervert. I was told you wanted to talk to me. The boy growled. You little brat. It was almost the best part. I could care less about your fantasies. Anyway, what is this crap about me training that Uchiha? Would you rather have him go to Richimaru? You killed him. I highly doubt that. It seemed too easy to kill that team. Plus, if I did kill him, then why hasn't Sasuke's curse seal disappeared? Good point. Fine, I'll train him, but I guess that will further dismember Team 7. I plan on going on a 3-year trip. I won't return until that time has ended, and by that time I bet Sasuke will grow immensely. Fine, but I will be checking in from time to time. After all, I will be curious about his growth. Well, we leave in 3 days. I believe that's the day after you return. Hi. I better be off. See you, Iro-senin. With a wave and a poof of smoke, Naruto vanished. Somewhere in a large field, Kakashi was looking down upon a stone. Visiting him again? Do you even know who you're talking about? Hi. Though Obito wasn't my father's prized student, he tried desperately to prove himself to you and my father. When you became Obito didn't give you a gift and you three went on a mission while my father did his own. Rin was captured, you didn't want to rescue her because of the rules. As for Obito, he said the phrase that has stuck with me ever since that day I became your student. Those who break the rules are trash, but those who don't take care of their friends are lower than trash. He went on his own to save Rin. Eventually you came to help too. Obito risked his life to save yours and he ended up dying and giving you that Sharingan eye. I believe I have it correct. You say it as though you were there. I wasn't, but I know the story. A little friend told me you needed to speak to me. Hi. I hear Sasuke is going to be training with Jiraiya for about 3 years. That's correct. There isn't a problem with that, is there? Not really. Actually, it helps me because then I only have to teach Sakura. I think she plans on doing something too. What's that? Last night she told me that she was going to see if Tsunade would be her teacher. Interesting. See you, Kakashi. Bye. The Haruno house stood directly in front of the blonde. I wonder what she wants. The door suddenly opened to reveal a well-dressed woman. This caught the 13-year-old off guard. Is there a ceremony going on or something? The boy questioned. No, but there are a lot of things I need to talk to you about. Stepping inside, Mrs. Haruno directed him to the living room couch. So Naruto, what do you plan on doing in the future? Well, first I have to complete the mission I was assigned to do today and then return in 2 days. I'm talking about a little further in the future. Oh, well, dating your daughter, making out with her, showing her things I have discovered during my childhood, doing missions, becoming Hokage, and then I don't know what. I don't mind most of them, but that second one was a bit more than I needed to know. I'm getting old and I need to make sure my daughter is in good hands. Though I believe I never had any doubts about you. Have you thought about marriage? Not at this age. I was at least going to wait for about 4 or 5 years. I know, but it's always good to plan for the future. There are a couple things I would like to show you. 1 hour later. The two walked out of the basement just in time to catch Sakura coming in the front door with a big smile on her face. I did it, Naruto. Tsunade's going to teach me. That's awesome. He smiled. Oh my, I have to get going. Some people have invited me to their house for lunch. Okay, we'll see you later. Sakura asked. Hi. I'll say goodbye before I leave. But the poof, he was gone. Mr. Yamanaka waited patiently for the doorbell to ring. Once it did, his daughter was instantly at the door. The heyo, she froze. Of course, what young teen wouldn't freeze if the second most powerful ninja was standing before them? The heyo, Ino. May I come in? Hi. Gomen, sir. No need for formalities, Ino. You're looking beautiful today. Arigato. And Fox. I'm glad you made it. My wife just finished taking everything out. Mr. Yamanaka interrupted. I like being on time, Mr. Yamanaka. Good. Now, Ino, don't be shy. Daddy. The girl whined. Don't pester her, Mr. Yamanaka. Everyone has lunch ready. Called Mrs. Yamanaka. As they sat, Ino barely looked at the Anbu. Noticing the silence from the girl, Naruto broke her train of thought. I bet you're wondering who I really am. I know that Anbu don't reveal their identities. Actually, you already know me. Taking his mask off, he smiled at her reaction. Naruto, how when, faint. Oops, think I overdid it. No. The parents answered. A few seconds later she woke up. Seeing Naruto smiling at her was her first sight. Much to his surprise, she smiled back. I guess I went a little overboard with my reaction. Gomen Naruto. I just never thought a boy like you would be the Anbu captain at this age. Then again, is this some weird joke my father set up to get back at me? No. I'm 100% real. Thank you for the delicious lunch, Mrs. Yamanaka. After my S-rank mission I'll be sure to drop by. So Naruto? I heard that you were talking to a couple of the rookie 9 and asking them questions. Why do you do that? It's hard to be a ninja without motivation. I pry into people's lives to see what their dreams are. When I learn of it I go to the next person. I go on dangerous missions to protect the people of this village. I don't know what I'm fighting to protect. From my few years of being an Anbu I have fought for the dreams of Konoha's people. That's a good motivation for Naruto. Mrs. Yamanaka informed me. Arigato for everything. I'll be off now. I have a lot of stuff to do. Be goodbye Naruto and good luck. Thanks Ino. Ja. With a simple smile and a wave of the hand the boy was long gone. A small blush appeared on the young Genin's face. Hey Ino, do you have a crush on Naruto? Her dad teased. I do not. I know that he has chosen someone else. The blonde stood over the entire village on the Hokage monument. He had maybe a few hours before he was supposed to meet Choji and his family for dinner. Naruto slowly walked along the path that wound down and into the village. As he was on his stroll he saw many looks of acknowledgement and pride. Some people he remembered from his little chats with him. A man about 5'6" walked up to the Anbu captain and greeted him with a low bow. How's your wife doing, Amiri? She is getting better every day. Thanks for your concern. And your kids are entering the academy soon? Hi. I see a lot of talent in my son and daughter. I might drop by to see their progress. Arigato for your time, sir. No problem. Ja, I have some other people to talk to. Of course, goodbye for now, Fox. An hour had passed as the ninja talked with civilians. All of them were doing great and the male couldn't be happier. Something told him his mission was going to be a whole lot easier. After exiting the shop he was greeted by a mask-wearing orange book reading, Copycat Ninja. Ada Kakashi, what brings you here? Nothing much, Naruto, just out for a little walk. May I ask you something? What is it? Could we spar? I've always wanted to see how I would fare against my father's best student. Sure, but I must warn you I won't go easy on you. I wouldn't expect anything less. How long should the fight last? About 2 hours at most. I have some time to waste. If it's shorter, would you care to go with me at the hot springs? A good bath always relaxes the body after a battle. Naruto said matter-of-factly. Sure, I heard that too from someone. Who? The boy's curiosity pricked. Enko, sigh. She was just trying to get you to take your mask off, wasn't she? A little more than that. The older male stated offhandedly. Thinking of where to spar, the two took to the rooftops. Once they found a secluded area, they began their assault on each other. Kakashi used several earth element, while Naruto used a few wind types. For some time they were evenly matched, but Naruto then began to speed up with each second. Even the Sharingan was having a hard time tracking his movements. Halfway through the fight they were suddenly attacked by about 5 sound nin. Both Leaf Nin quickly disposed of them. One was of course sent with a Biki for interrogation. It seems that our fight will have to continue some other time. Naruto laughed. Yeah, well, I'm off. I need to meet with the other Jounin for something. Would it be okay if I came along? I still have about an hour or so before I have to leave. Feel free, after all you may retire and have to learn how to teach a little Genin. Kakashi replied lazily. That may be after I become Hokage. Oh yeah, that's right. Kakashi. What's the status of Sandame? He's been getting better each day. Tsunade has tried everything to bring him out of his coma, but nothing seems to be able to do that. She said she'll continue to try until he's in the land of the living. It's good to know he's doing well. Ditto. Eventually the two reached a somewhat important-looking building. Inside were the Ino Shikacho trio, Asuma, the Ice Queen of Konoha, Mido Guy, and some other random Jounin. Every one of them bowed when Naruto entered. The boy started with a bit of embarrassment. The column of smoke spread throughout the room. Tsunade stood where the smoke had come from. Hello, and welcome. Let's get this over with so I can get back to my office. I want to know your name and your specialties. She ordered. Tsunade didn't notice the Anbu captain the entire time she listened to the Jounin's answers to her request. The meeting was soon over and Asuma, Guy, and Kurenai walked over to Kakashi and the blonde-haired boy. Naruto's flames of Wai-Pao. The Ice Queen herself shut up the annoying Mido Guy. How's the Anbu captain doing today? She asked politely. Better than it was a few days ago. Why's that? She persisted. Just a lot of things have been going on recently. The blonde started taking off his mask. Oh, that sounds interesting. Well, it's not Kurenai. Man, being the Anbu captain is a pain. Tsunade walked up to her little brother. I can't believe I agreed to this job, there's so much stupid paperwork, so how was your day? Slowly Naruto began to back away. It was okay I guess, he said nervously. That's nice. She smiled. Hey, Naruto, why don't you walk with me to my house? By the time we get there my wife should have dinner ready and Chaoji will be back from watching clouds with Shikamaru. Chaoji's father suggested. That will work for me. But then we better get going before the food gets cold. What does their family think about food? The two left the building and headed for the northern section of town. That night. Thanks for the delicious dinner, Mrs. Akimichi. You're welcome, Naruto. Come back anytime you feel like it. I'll see you around, Choji. Get stronger and prove yourself to everyone. Hi, Naruto. The big bone male shouted. The blonde turned and left. His house welcomed him and so did the 3X sound nins. When he got all his stuff prepared for his long trip, he said goodbye to his friends and jumped into the distance. Hours flew by as the Anbu captain made his way towards the Rock Nation. After about 7 straight hours he had reached the border of the nation. He encountered no resistance and was even able to somehow get into the hidden village itself. The hooded figure walked slowly around. Man, for one of the strongest nations, they sure have a lack of security. In fact, Naruto was able to get all the way to the cage's office building before someone stopped him. Hey you. You're new around here, aren't you? A man with silver hair asked. Yes, I am. The cleverly disguised Anbu captain. Where are you from? I don't know what Naruto stammered. Are you sure? That blade you have at your side has a design unique to Konohagakure. Really? I didn't know that. I found this old thing at an old weapons shop in Tea Country. You're a very interesting stranger. How about I show you around? We can find you a place to stay and you can get some food to eat. By the way, my name is Kaze. Mine's Mikizu, nice to meet you. The two walked all around the place looking for a good hotel. So how long are you planning on staying? Kaze asked. About a day or two. Then you'll want to stay at this hotel. It has an extremely relaxing hot spring in the back and might I add a few beautiful girls too. The restaurant across from it has the best ramen I have ever tasted. Sounds okay boy, I'm starving. I think I'll see how good this ramen actually is. Entering the small but well-built ramen place, Naruto stepped up to the counter. He ordered his usual miso ramen and began to devour it with great hunger. The male didn't stop eating until 10 bowls of ramen had been consumed. Wow, I've never seen someone other than me eat that much ramen before. Kaze commented while jamming his own face with ramen. Hey Kaze, is there any way I could see that Tsuchikage? I happen to be his assistant. Why do you need to see him? The man asked rather suspiciously. I need to ask him something. What is it? It's for his ears only. You should understand, being a ninja and all. Usually secrets either means you are an enemy or a high authority. Something tells me you are from Konoha. In fact, I know without a doubt you are from Konoha. What makes you think that? Naruto countered. You look too much like the yellow flash of Konoha and you smell a lot like him too. At that name many of the ears of the people in the restaurant perked. Mikizu sat back and laughed heartily. Very perceptive of you, but I am not the yellow flash of Konoha, I'm his son. Instantly Kaze jumped off his chair and drew a kunai. Why are you here? He questioned quickly. I'm here for one reason, for revenge. That last word was followed by a wave of killer intent. Naruto's teeth lengthened and his nails grew into claws. Then a red chakra encased his body as he continued his transformation. The last thing that showed was a tail made of chakra. There's no way Kyuubi no Yoko is still alive. The 4th Hokage killed it 13 years ago. Wrong, Yondaime gave his life to seal the demon in me. Now if you'll excuse me, I have some business with your cage. He informed, springing forward. The other male instant appeared in front of him, blocking his path. Get out of the way, Kaze, my business is not to fight you. That may be true, but it is my duty to stop anyone who threatens my Tsuchikage. Naruto threw him aside and leapt towards the cage's office. The killer intent the boy had released earlier had alerted most of the ninja in the rock. 3 Anbu escorted the Tsuchikage to a safe house while keeping a lookout for the intruder. Currently with Naruto. More than 1,000 rock nins surrounded the ninja. Out of my way. We're afraid we can't do that. They all spat back. In the blur of an eye the boy performed one of his powers. From what Naruto could remember, no one ever was able to tell about it. Every single enemy fell over motionless. Hurry, Lord Tsuchikage. The enemy is nearing our position at an alarming rate, yelled a nin that was currently protecting the rear flank. I know. 3 men screaming and holding their heads in agony cut off the cage's sentence. What the? He was cut off again, but this time by a mysterious cloaked figure. I have some business with you. The cloaked figure growled. What do you want from me? Why are you attacking villages outside the Rock Nation? I don't know. Don't lie to me. I won't answer your question until you answer mine. Who sent you, and who are you? You know, as much as I do, a ninja is not to reveal his identity to the enemy, nor am I supposed to reveal who sent me. From what I understand, you aren't going to kill me, because if you were, you wouldn't have told me all this. Are you sure? I may kill you and tell you those answers right before you die. Good point, but I know for a fact that you won't kill me. The amount of power you used to get here isn't even a third of your full power. The older male informed me. Now can we get down to business? What is your reason for attacking those towns? Naruto asked, his voice returning to normal. I know of no such thing. The only thing I can think of is my son trying to gain some more land for our country. He hasn't been himself lately, and I think that's why. Well, my mission is to stop the attacks on the villages. So if you could talk to your son, then I would be happy to leave you in peace. That is after you sign a treaty saying you won't do it again, or else I'll come back, and this time I won't be so merciful. What do you mean merciful? The Rock Nation and my family don't have a good relationship, and I could have killed about 1,000 of your forces a few minutes ago, but I chose to use it. That made them forget about today. It's sort of a technique that makes them have a fake hangover. Why are you telling me so much information? It's possible for me to track you down and kill you. I highly doubt that. I'm next in line to be Hokage, and I figured I would befriend the current cages so I can make sure we don't have conflict in the future when your predecessor takes over. I see. Well, the treaty should take about 1 day to complete. Is that a problem? Call me Uzumaki. I can't give you my first name, but you should learn in about 3 to 5 years. 1 day later. Uzumaki. A familiar voice called. Yes. That stuff about wanting revenge was true. No, a good ninja keeps his true objective hidden. I learned you need to see underneath the underneath. He started smiling. You know what, Naruto, even though our countries are considered enemies, you seem to have gained my friendship, and the Tsuchikages too. Why do I feel as though I can trust you even though we are enemies? I guess you could sort of call it a Kekai Genkai. I have been able to befriend a demon carrier, a Sannin, and almost every powerful clan in my country. I hear people say it seems that I have this ability to make people who I don't know put their complete trust in me. So are we friends? Yes. When I become Tsuchikage, I'll do my best to become friends with Konohagakure. I gotta get going, Case. I have a lot to do when I get back. One of my most important friends is leaving tonight. Suddenly a blood-red circle began to draw itself underneath Naruto. The seal spread for a 50-foot radius. The intricate design soon finished, and the young Anbu captain vanished from sight. But Tsunade and the entire population of Konoha. Just as Naruto had said, a red seal began to appear on the stone road. Everyone get off that seal. She ordered without hesitation. Obeying immediately, all the villagers and a few ninja got out of the way. A single form appeared. Many people knew the person because of the way he dressed. This was the well-respected Anbu captain of the Konoha Special Ops. Mission completed, Hokage. Well done. You just arrived in time. She yelled back and performed a few hand seals with her hands hidden from the villagers' sight. The low ringing echoed throughout the city, and soon it stopped. In time for what? You should know, Uzumaki. Naruto. Gasps and ahs were the only things that some people could hear. Naruto recognized that ringing and knew what Tsunade had done. It was that makes people who are unworthy of trust go deaf for a few minutes. This is somewhat of a tool because it causes the people that are unworthy to hear something other than what is actually being said. To tell the truth, practically all the ninjas and only about 15 ordinary civilians. All the low-ranking ninjas were shocked, and even some high-ranking ninjas were amazed. The speech didn't last any much longer. Soon Naruto was on his way home when a toad stopped him. Uzumaki, Jiraiya would like to speak with you. Spoke the amphibian. Is he leaving soon? No, not yet at least. He just needed to chat before he left. Okay. Tell him I'll be there within 10 minutes. Hi. Arigato. In the blink of an eye, the captain was home and changing into his normal wear, which was pretty much his normal Anbu clothing without the mask and most of his weapons. Sakura didn't get a chance to talk with him since he left the house in a jiffy. Surprising somewhere not by a hot spring. Jiraiya stood with his arms crossed over his chest. A tap of sandals on the stone road signified the entrance of the off-duty Anbu captain. What did you need for Iro Sennin? Why, never mind. For some strange reason I have this weird feeling about Sasuke's and my trip for the next 3 years. I was going to pass this on to your father, but for obvious reasons he won't be capable of handling this responsibility. The old man paused for a couple minutes before continuing. This feeling is making me uneasy, and since I know that I can trust you with this responsibility, I'm positive that you are ready for this. You must keep the scroll of the frog safe. I feel as though I may not live much longer, and I better hand off my legacy before I bite the dust. Are you sure you want to give me the frog summoning scroll? I'm only 13. But you are the Anbu captain of the village hidden in the leaf. That alone proves you are ready. The other fact is that you are the son of Yondaime, and I can believe in you. The man took the scroll from his back and handed it to the boy. Naruto saluted and placed the scroll on the small of his back. I will protect it with my life, Jiraiya. Naruto practically yelled. You better get going. Knowing Sasuke, he probably wants to train as soon as possible. I figured that Naruto, Uchiha are usually impatient. Hopefully I'll knock some sense into his thick skull. Good luck with that. I'll drop by every now and then to test you too. Don't worry about Tsunade, I'll make sure she doesn't destroy the village and I'll keep everything in running order. See ya you brat. Yes, see ya Iro-senin. Major time skip. 3 years later. During the 3 years the two had been gone, Naruto had done what he had said he would. In fact, Konoha was doing twice as well as it was 3 years ago. Every month the Anbu would stop and spar the prodigy. Sasuke had grown and his power was beyond that of Kakashi's. Currently it was a day before Jiraiya and Sasuke would return. Naruto was lazily sitting in his office. Nothing had happened in the past 48 hours, so practically all of Konoha was bored out of their mind. To be precise, Tsunade had finished all of her paperwork for the next couple of days. Then that's when it happened. A succession of booms echoed throughout the town as something large approached it. Gamabunta came bounding into the village and landed right before Naruto's window. Uzumaki. What is Gamabunta? It's Jiraiya lowering down to Naruto's ear. The toad